Yeah, that's right. I'm cooking the pizza, so just bear with me a moment. What? It's recording already? What do you mean it's Oh! Hi there everyone, it's AJ and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, we are doing, or I am doing, a Meet the Artist. That's right, I've decided to delve into my personality, myself, something like that, and do a bit of the Meet the Artist. So at the beginning of the video, I just thought we'd take a nice bit into my creative corner. I've got it set up now nicely so that I've got my board at the back here, my calendar there, and just like my little creative space. And I've also decided that I want to sort of do a little bit of Meet the Artist, and also this is going to be my profile picture reveal. So during the during this video, I will be doing a profile picture release. The last one I made was back in 2017, I want to say, and I think I've kind of got a bit of a different style now that I really want to sort of do. So I'm going to unveil that, and that's going to be the sort of footage that you see as I go through my creative self, because I'm not just a artist, I do other things as well. So rather than a Meet the Artist, it's going to be a Meet the Creators. No, that's not what I meant to say. What I meant to say was it's going to be a Meet the Creative, not Meet the Creatist. Who calls it a creatist? So let's hit it. So I kind of feel like this is more of a Meet the Creative because I do a lot of stuff which you can tell in my sort of likes, and that is sort of how I feel. So I'm going to go through some of the things that I like, some of the things that are things that I also like, and also my inspirations and the genres, and also my influences on certain things. So hopefully you'll get a sort of rounded approach as to what I am as a creative. So let's begin with my likes. Now, as you're aware, I'm a writer. I like drawing, making videos, gaming, anime, manga, gardening, walking, dancing and singing. These are all sort of things that I basically like, and what kind of gives me enjoyment in life and stuff. There's probably other bits and pieces as well, but these are the main ones that I could quite honestly say that I like, that would come to the top of my head if you were to ask me straight away. Moving on to things. Now these are things that are already out there, so stuff like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Shannara series by Terry Brooks, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Minecraft, Fable, so they're all video games, Nier Automata, and Pokemon, which happens to fall in the branch of almost every type of thing. So you've got all of the reading, the drawing, and also even watching and video games there. Some anime that I really like, RE0, sorry, Sword Art Online, The Pet Girl of Sakuruso, which is an anime. I did talk about this in a previous video, which I'll post up in the cards. It's about a girl who is like really focused on art, and that's all she really sees, and it kind of really sort of intensifies, and I really enjoy watching that go, because it kind of like shows the sort of tenacity that you need in order to basically make it as a creative. And then I've also got some things like DC and Marvel, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Studio Ghibli. So those are all the other things that I just generally like and stuff. So quite a few different things. There are obviously more, but these are the main ones that come to mind when I ever think about sort of things that I enjoy and like. basically things that I will make sure I collect the DVDs of and do that. So I've got, for example, DVDs of all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff, and I've got them in a nice sort of like little display case, which I'll probably do as a photograph and send it and post it on here. And also like the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit. I've been collecting all of the Pokemon manga, as well as light novels for RE0, Sword Art Online. I'd love to do that for the Pet Girl of Sakura So, but unfortunately they don't actually have any of the material translated into English, because I can't yet read Japanese. But I do have a copy of the first volume of the manga in Japanese, so maybe one day I'll eventually read it. I've also got my Studio Ghibli collection, and I've also been collecting some of the books for the Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I am going to admit I did only watch this year. It wasn't really around when I was younger, but I'm going to do some fan art videos of that, because I really do enjoy it, and my favourite character in that is Toph. So moving on to my inspiration. Now these are people that inspire me, and like over the years for the various different things like writing, drawing, and just sort of like general stunningness. So to go on for inspiration, Terry Brooks is one that I have to always mention first, just purely because the story here is that I walked into a bookstore, a second-hand bookstore called Tyndrum Books, which is in my local city, and I found this book, which was called The Heritage of Shannara, which was 4 books in this quadrilogy all together as an omnibus. It was a battered copy, but I just remember picking this up and thinking, oh my god, it's got druids in, and I've always wanted to write about druids and stuff. And I read it, and it just sort of like really inspired me. I honestly believe that if I did not pick this book up and buy it for something insane, like I think it must have been like £3 that I bought this book for, I don't think I would have written or published 3 other books. I think this was the sort of turning point in me getting that sort of urge to write after reading these books. I then happened to have read all of the other books as well, and the sort of Shannara series is coming to an end soon. Terry Brooks has been writing for years. We've got this, I think he first published the first book in the 80s, so he's been writing loads of books, and there's like nearly 30 books in the series now. Tolkien, with Tolkien decided just before I was publishing my first novel, because I hadn't actually read his books until that year, I decided that there is no way that I could possibly entertain releasing a fantasy novel without reading all of the Lord of the Rings, which is what I did. I used to struggle reading a lot, and Lord of the Rings is great literature, but it is a struggle to read if you're not very good at reading. But I got much better, and I was able to read through them all, so I was quite happy with that. Karen Miller is another author that I found. I'm not sure where I first got her book, but I really enjoyed reading it. It was about sort of like the reluctance of being a magical entity or whatnot, the reluctant mage and the innocent mage and things like that. And I've always thought that was a good, nice theme of having somebody who's reluctant to use their own powers. So that's mainly for the writing side of things. Now I've got my drawing, and I can honestly say that without Mark Crilly's videos, I would never have got to where I am now with regards to my drawing. I'm going to do a video of my 2014 drawings at one point, and just show the sort of journey that I went from there, because that's when I started getting back into drawing, because I needed a book cover for my first book. And that and I used Mark. I've just watched Mark Crilly's videos for days, just trying to learn how to draw properly and things like that. Then we've got Gel Arts, who I've been following now for a good few years. I do follow her on Patreon as well, and and she's just got some stunning art, and I love her use of watercolors. She's got sort of like a chilled sort of thing, so I actually kind of follow her example on some of my videos. I like to have that sort of chilled sort of vibe where you just sit back and relax and do some drawing and things like that, which I find really, really interesting. Then we got Learn to Draw Manga. So Rebecca is, I found Rebecca's channel when I was looking into doing digital art and I needed help on Clip Studio Paint. Her videos were the first to pop up, and that was a good, again, probably 4 or so years ago, maybe even a bit longer than that now, I don't know. But she's does some great videos and she's got great personality. And I love her style, and some of her style kind of falls into my own art, which is things like doing the mouths with like the little bit of gap missing and stuff like that. It just kind of like means that you're not just drawing one whole line for the mouth and things. Then we got Jazza, who everybody probably knows if you're an artist. Jazza is just like a superstar in the YouTube world. I like more of his earlier stuff. I'm not too keen on his later stuff. I think it's a bit too tomfoolery at the moment, but I particularly liked his tutorials and his character design sessions. But he has done some good little gems as well recently, where he did sort of like a thing on character design, and he's also got some Skillshare courses which really do help, which kind of just like zone in on that sort of thing, which kind of makes sense to have like tutorial style based stuff on a platform designed for sharing skills. Going back onto a bit of like sort of writing, Reki Kawahara, who writes the Sword Art Online series, I just love the story and that sort of thing. So he's kind of an inspiration for that, because I particularly wanted to get into doing light novels as well. Back onto the art, I've got Kidora. I've actually got her pieces of art on my wall of inspiration. She's just got fantastic, and I've done some videos on some of her pieces as well. She actually follows me on Instagram as well, which is fantastic as well, so go check her out. And Sonia Lyon, she is she does like writing and also a novel, so she's kind of like got sort of not light novel-esque sort of thing going on. And I'm eagerly anticipating her second book to come out on her series, which I'm really excited for. She's done a lot, and again, some of her pieces are on my wall of inspiration. I do actually subscribe to her on Patreon as well. Then we've got Hayao Miyazaki, who is just a class act, really. He's got so much good stuff, and I've got a load of his books that talks about like the sort of journey and things, and just some of his things are so inspiring to see. And obviously I've watched all of the Studio Ghibli films but yeah, no, they are some of the main inspirations that I have. I probably have a few more, but otherwise this video would go on for too long, but these are the main ones that kind of come to mind when I think of who inspires me. So then we have the genre. Actually no, I'm going to move on to influences first, because that kind of goes into inspiration. Now influences, because I mean, technically this could have gone under inspiration, but I wanted to leave inspiration for actual individual people rather than like general sort of things. So I feel that my influences mainly at the moment are sort of Oriental, nature, the Fae, and sort of Zen. Particularly like in my home life, I've got like the sort of Zen. I do like that sort of like balance and things. And Oriental, I just like feel as though that's kind of like a big part of that. I've got like even tatami mats and stuff. And nature, I do love to go outside in nature, take photographs, which I believe I actually forgot to mention in my likes. Yes, so likes, I also do like to do photography as well, but I don't do as much as I should do. Hence why I probably didn't appear on there, because I didn't think about it at first. So moving then on to genre, I love fantasy, and I've actually got a bookshelf crammed full of fantasy stuff. I also like sci-fi, steampunk, dystopias, urban fantasy, and I also like sort of like the superhero type trope as well, just because there's so many different kinds of superheroes and things like that. And yeah, I just really enjoy that sort of thing. Anyway, I think that is it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I hope you got to see a little bit into who I am as an artist and who I am as a creative. Please let me know in the comments below if you like this video, as well as also hit the like button. Please remember to subscribe to my channel as well, and also hit the bell notification to be notified as to when I post a video. And what I'll say is, until next time, I'll see you later.